Well, I guess we're gonna have to go get Edgar.
Do we?
The first thing we've done all day.
Do we?
I don't trust that this truck is gonna end up lasting the entire trip. So yes, we do. Unfortunately.
All right, well, let me move the tree branch, the thing first, and then we'll go get him.
But do we?
Robbie, is there still a tree in our way?
No, the
this
tree's
point-
gone, but the forest is burning all
Okay.
around right now.
I was gonna say I created some fluff to help me get past this, but all right, we're good then. Never mind. Actually, I could have just used my servo list harness that allows something to carry something that's 10 times my weight.
Yeah, you could have done that.
That's, yeah, whatever. Servo assist armor.
I tell B, look, if you help out with all of this and we get Edgar back, when we get back to town, I'll help convince him to sell his boat to you for a pile of junk.
No. No. No, but I do want to get him back so I can see his face when he sees that I cleaned up his entire boat. And by clean up, I mean set on fire most of the stuff, but don't tell him that. Shh, don't tell anybody that.
All right, so you guys gonna go look after Edgar?
Whatever works for you.
Did you know there's...
Now there are trees
I'm just gonna give every...
that
there
are,
are trees.
that are okay.
Hey, Bane?
Are they close
I
enough
just
together
quickly-
for me to like climb from tree to tree easily?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I shout out to Bane. Bane, I just want to let you know, there's a bunch of U's in this forest, so just be ready to defend that if you're going to go back there.
Defend what?
Your life. There's basically a bunch of U's running around in here, so enjoy. Let's do this. Awesome. I'm super stoked. I love getting out of my truck in the middle of the forest in death.
All right, so
Collect my
I
shotgun.
am climbing up into the
Collect 2 things
trees
of fuel.
and going stealth mode. Kind of.
Yep, all right, you're kind of sneaky. And as you're sneaking along, Peck is moving through the brush. I imagine he has his shotgun like propped over his shoulder. He's using some big scrap of metal to slice through stuff, and he's just talking to himself like he just was, just being all like arrogant and swaggerific.
I'm chatting with Mechanic Peck, or Nerd Peck, whichever one you want to call him.
All right, and B, what are you doing?
Walking semi-slowly.
Walking, huh?
The trees freak her
Shit
out
just got
because
real.
they can get
Trees
set on.
freak.
They can set it on fire real easily, and she's a little worried about that because she knows people don't like things set on fire. People are weird that way.
Well, the fire is slowly spreading through the north half of the forest right now.
God, I'm good at my game.
All right, so yeah, you guys start moving south through the foliage. You see all kinds of weird fauna. There's little tiny spiders that, well, tiny compared to Bane, but they're like the size of basketballs scurrying around, and other weird-looking birds flying away and stuff like that. But you're able to see where Edgar ran as he just trampled through stuff. And after about 5 minutes of walking through this, you come to a clearing where there's kind of a little hole that looks like it's been dug out. It's about 10 feet wide in front of you. And Edgar is in the center of this hole playing with Plop. And they are surrounded by cocoons that are making muffled noises, and you can see things moving inside of them.
I found pinata.
I start emptying one of my. I start emptying my my like. I don't know how many gallon drum I have, but I said I brought like 2, so I just start kind of dumping that and splashing that all over the place immediately, just habitually.
Like all over the cocoons?
Yeah. and the ground. Just really just trying to separate and create a nice little wall of potential fire.
Okay.
So I just started kind of splashing it, just not even a second thought. And I go, Edgar, it's time to go.
But can't we break open the pinatas?
Absolutely not.
I shoot one of the pinatas.
It catches on fire, and you hear someone screaming within it.
Yeah, those aren't pinatas.
I don't think I don't like them.
I look to Bane and go, seriously? I just stare at her.
It falls to the ground. It keeps on burning. It stops screaming. The webbing has all but burned away, and now there is the charred husk of some type of bird person laying there.
I shoot
Edgar,
another one.
you have your mouse.
Okay.
Let's go. We need to get it back to the truck now.
Where's the truck? You didn't bring the truck with you?
There's no road here. No, we didn't bring the truck. We need to
No,
go back
you
north.
failed to attach wings to my truck.
Well, if you wanted me to do that, you could have just asked.
Oh, well, you know what? We got all this free time. By all means.
I shoot another cocoon.
It starts burning and screaming and yelling, and it falls to the ground, and when it stops moving and the webbing is all gone, there's some human chick lying there dead.
I turn to Keldar doll and say, I don't think there's candy in these things.
Are there any more left? How many more cocoons are left?
There's 7 of them.
I go to the nearest one, and I just call up one of my blades, and I just kind of cut through it and just kind of peek around inside, see if there's anybody alive in this particular one.
Okay, you open it up, and out peeks a plant person who looks at you very weakly and says, "Please save us," and then faints.
I was going to say, I was about to throw my hand. I throw my hand over his mouth. Oh my god, every time. I start cutting him loose.
All right, yep, you open it up and fall out, and it looks like he is primarily made of sunflowers.
Are there any seeds?
Heck, we don't have room for another person
That's a
in the
weird
truck.
person.
I know, but maybe they got stuff. I don't know. I'm sorry. Let's just... We got anybody else? Just everybody just take one, and let's just start dragging him back. Let's go. We're already here.
B looks around nervously.
We're already here. Everybody thought it was a great idea to come down here.
I didn't think it was a good idea at all.
Just
I didn't think it was a good
Freaking
idea at all. I
idiot.
thought it was a terrible idea. I thought it was just really
I
bad.
go over to the next one, and I stab it into it. Well, like, not partially, but I just start... Let's the phrase before I go in there. I basically kind of just
into it. Nope, it's too late. You
I cut
stab
into it.
and before
I cut
you
into it.
start to
I'm
cut into
cutting
it,
into it.
the webbing starts to soak red.
Yeah,
I was
going to
say I open it as you do an Amazon box, but fine. You
And,
know,
On the
once
outside
that
of the
happens-
cocoon, it said, "Do not use
That's-
scissors."
It also stops struggling as you just stab someone in the head.
Edgar's a fucking idiot. Okay. You know what? I duplicate myself, so that way, just both of myself and Peck can go grab this. So I double trouble.
Dude,
Persona
Do
10.
they even have any gear on them?
Robbie, how much do these
That's
things
what we're
weigh?
looking
Like
for.
people size? People weight?
What's that?
They weigh about as much as a person? Probably?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh,
and then-
by the way, yeah. Let's say this. I tell everybody to load them up onto my. Where the hell is it? I have a heavy lift harness, which occupies 1 square of the. And I need both hands free to operate it. It's a medium creature that can hold 4,000 pounds.
All right, I start grabbing as many cocoons and tossing them on this thing that I didn't
Okay.
burn. And I kind of kick the corpses that I did burn into that shallow hole that Edgar was sitting in.
There are.
He's playing with his puppy.
There are 5 plus the plant guy. So you throw these 5 cocoons onto the heavy lift harness along with the plant guy.
Okay.
All right.
Then what?
Now what?
That's a good question.
Now we go back to the truck.
All right, you guys head back to the truck.
Yep, we
I
start
guess
walking
so.
with the heavy lift harness.
All right, so once you guys get back through all the foliage and you get back to the truck, the north side of the forest, about 100 yards in both directions, northeast and west, is all burned and charred and dead from the entropic flames.
B gives a little smile and quickly goes away and goes, "That's a bad thing, right? I should realize that that's a bad thing, right? I shouldn't have done that, right?"
Whoever
Have you ever
owns
been in a
this
forest?
forest is going to be really, really mad.
Then we should probably go real fast because I want to burn the other side, and that's probably not good.
No, it's fine. The ecosystem goes, progresses with forest fires. It's all part of nature.
Yeah. As Barbach always said, only you can smash forest fires. Oh.
All right, so are we loading the truck up with these people, or are we unloading the stuff from the people into the truck and leaving the people here?
Yes.
I don't know. What are you guys doing?
I don't know. What are we doing?
Now that we're back at the truck, we lay out each of the cocoons and systematically stab each one.
Gently.
Gently.
And-
Yes,
and check for goods.
with great finesse.
Gently.
Okay.
To try and make sure that they don't struggle, right?
With great finesse.
You open up the first one. Well, actually, here we go. We'll go through them systematically. So this is what you got. You have one of them that's not really struggling a whole lot. It seems kind of weak, but it also sounds like there's like whirring sounds and mechanical things coming from within it. There is another one that seems to be moving all over the place. Like you can't really make out any like limbs or anything like that. It's just kind of bulging and pushing out in all different shapes and areas. You have one that seems to be vibrating very, very highly and very fast. Then you have another one that's kind of erratic. That's very erratic, and you hear a growling sound in there. And then you have one that's not moving at all.
I want to open the mechanical one.
I open
All
one, it's not moving at all.
Okay. Edgar opens up the mechanical one, and inside of it is an android who seems to be in a low-power state and is just kind of barely moving around.
Diagnostic check for 35.
Okay. You open up his chest plate, and you
Christ.
start pressing buttons and changing wires and stuff, and you shut it, and it powers up, and it sits up, and it looks at you, and it goes, "What is your name?"
What is your quest?
My name's Edgar.
Owner Edgar. I am here at your service. And then it
I
powers
shoot
down.
it.
It powers down as Peck blows an arm off.
Why would you
It
do
was
that?
evil. It was evil. You all saw it.
And there is a little
Fucking thing doesn't work.
there's a little blinking light on its chest that shows a battery, and it's blinking red.
Don't leave me. I never found out your name.
I look into the truck for jumper cables.
You have to ask Peck if there's jumper cables or not.
No, I'm looking for jumper cables.
Oh, are there jumper cables, Peck?
I would. I mean, this truck has been through the last probably 10, 15. No, it's probably been through the last 20 years of my life. So I would imagine there'd be jumper cables in it, but that's
Alright,
really
here's
dependent
jumper
on.
cables.
All right,
As I said, that's dependent on.
I hook
That
the
shit.
jumper cables up to the battery, and then I find 2 spots on the Android to put it to. I go, Edgar, fix that while I turn on the truck.
You are unfortunately not able to salvage his arm because it was blown into scrap, but you are able to patch it up so that at a later date, if you wanted to, you could give it a new arm.
I want to take my toy gun and attach it to his missing arm.
You have a toy gun?
Yes, he does.
It's in my inventory, I have a toy gun.
Okay, cool.
I gave him a toy gun.
You are able to cobble together a gun arm for him. That is useless because it's a toy.
I know, but
Yes.
it looks awesome.
Okay. As you are doing that, Peck, you open up the sack that isn't moving at all, and it's treasure.
I steal
Well, shit. What kind of just in terms of treasure, like just gold medallions, things like that?
Yeah, it's like 10 pounds of gold and jewelry and medallions.
Yeah, chuck it in the back of my truck.
He chucks into the back of his truck. All right.
Put it in a hidden. I do a. Is there sleight of hand in this?
Interaction, I think.
Interact.
Well, let's look and see what we
balls.
got here. It should be something dexterity. Yeah, no, we'll say stealth because you're trying to do something stealthy.
All right, I put it in my hidden compartment in my truck, which is pretty well hidden. About as hidden as Bane when he's going through the forest.
All right, so Peck opens it up and kind of perks up, and kind of just gathers it all up into his arm and starts walking very slowly over to his truck and just kind of goes, "Oops," and tosses it over into the back, and it just goes everywhere.
Yep, there you go. Throw a tarp over it, so that way we
Throws
don't
that
actually.
tarp over it.
Actually, in my inventory, I have a tent. I throw I throw the tent over it as if it was a tarp.
Did my
So,
battery cable thing
yeah.
jumpstart the Android?
Edgar's still working on it as we open the rest of these
Okay.
cocoons.
All right.
Alright,
I
so
go.
you-
I go to the growling one.
Okay,